Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and we are here on CAA Radio Network. We are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports, and we cover over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. And if you're looking for a show, we are all on your favorite streaming channels. Today, I have a special guest for you. Her name is Michelle Kunin. Michelle is the founder and director of Affordable Online Classes, a web-based platform for helping individuals and organizations develop and maintain healthy, profitable environments by creating learning experiences that inspire action, not just awareness. So let's go ahead and welcome Michelle. Michelle, welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle.
Thank you for having me.
So how are you doing today, Michelle?
I am doing well, thank you.
Okay. And Michelle, where are you based?
I'm in San Diego, California, right at the bottom end of the country.
And so you are the founder of the Online Affordable Classes. Can you tell us more about this program?
Absolutely. Affordable Online Classes is a web-based program where we offer both live stream and self-paced classes. So live stream are groups that are done on a regulated basis for a regulated amount of time around a specific topic and led by a certified facilitator. The self-paced classes are ones that have been developed so people can take them at their own pace in their own time, whatever is appropriate for them.
Okay. So how many years have you been doing this course?
Affordable Online Classes is 4 years old. It grew out of I'm a therapist by practice, and I came to the realization that my passion is to make the world a better place, make it a kinder, more compassionate place. And I realized I can do that work in the office one person at a time, or I can reach out, develop the web-based program, and I can reach many, many more people. And then it becomes that it's not a trickle effect, but it's I touch you, you touch 3 others, they touch 5 others, and all of a sudden we're making a lot of progress in a much shorter period of time.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand the benefits of the online courses and who are the people that you are helping. Can you describe more what does it do for an organization and who are the people that can benefit from it?
We started out having mostly court-ordered or probation or parole ordered clients, oftentimes from family court too. So people who were involved in family violence, elder abuse, child abuse were mandated to come into a program. And now the goal is to reach out to businesses and organizations. And first of all, there's a law in California that says every business with 5 or more employees has to have a workplace violence prevention plan in place. So we have got that. And then the goal is to work with those organizations past just doing what's required and help them develop cultures that are positive, safe, caring, and thereby much more profitable.
Okay. So Michelle, I am curious what motivated you to start this? I mean, what was your background and how many years in that field?
My background is I've been a licensed mental health therapist for 40 years and have been in private practice for the past 33 years and went back because I thought I needed to know more about business, and I got an MBA and decided that there are other ways and things that I want to create, I want to do. And then I lost my daughter to violence and abuse. And
my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
My goal is that there will be no more Nickies.
Okay. That's That's hard to experience. And so, okay, so you said you had 33 years of private practice. And during that time, I mean, what was the what are the things that you experienced from there that really built you to where you're able to do this? I mean, I'm trying to understand the transition, Michelle, because that was a lot of years being in that field.
You're right. There's several things. One is there's very often a commonality in stories that people come into and wanting help from. They grew up in dysfunctional families. They didn't learn good skills for having relationships. They don't know how to be assertive. They are shy or introverted, and they're in a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And seeing that and realizing what I'm doing is I'm the after part. The injury's already there, and I am helping to the injury recover, the psychic emotional injury. What would be more important, and wouldn't it be fabulous if we could prevent all these injuries from happening? If we could create a world where there are much more functional behaviors, where we teach kids how to have healthy relationships, where we say hello and goodbye, and wow, we give away smiles all the time, then we would put therapists out of business. And I think that would be a great idea.
Okay. Now, with the story of losing your daughter, are you willing to share more information about that in regards to what happened?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
My daughter was a very vibrant human being, full of a lot of personality, and she had her own demons. She battled alcoholism. She, my ex and I gave her a good genealogy. We both come from a long line of alcoholics, so she was set up for it in many ways. And she battled it for a long time, met a man who she was going to fix. She was going to rescue him. She was going to love him back to health. And he came from a crazy past. He came from a home where the father deserted him. He didn't even know who his dad was. Mom would give him away regularly to the child welfare services because he was incorrigible. And then she'd go back and get him. He had been in and out of prison, and she met him, fell in love with him, and married him. And she then started being a little bit evasive with me. She would wear long sleeve shirts, or she would wear turtlenecks because he was being abusive, and she didn't want to tell me about it. And then if you think about it, here I am, I'm an expert in domestic violence, an expert in recognizing it and hoping to treat it, and my daughter's caught up in the cycle. She was getting out of the relationship and moving towards a divorce. And he called her up one day and said, "Can we talk?" She did it. She talked. He ended up carjacking her and took her on this long, crazy ride, eventually crashing into an old Studebaker, which was made of steel. So she took a blow to her liver, and she'd already had an impaired liver. That was in April. And so he got out of the car, ran away. She was in the hospital. When she got out of the hospital, he had not been caught. So I had to send her away to be with people out of town because he knew where I lived. We got a restraining order. And I learned so much about the victim side of this situation during that time, because he couldn't be found to get the restraining order served. He finally was served with a restraining order, and he went to jail. And she had to come back and testify against him. That was the time where I saw my daughter's heart break, because when he went to court, they pushed him in a wheelchair, like he's all injured, he can't do anything. And he has a woman there who's supposed to be his girlfriend, who's pregnant, and he wanted to be out on bail so he could support the girlfriend. And here's my daughter, his wife, who'd had a miscarriage a year and a half ago. And I watched her, just the light seep out of her eyes. And that was in June. She started drinking again. And in September, on Labor Day, she came downstairs. We were going to have a barbecue, and she was so yellow, she shined. So I took her to the hospital, and 3 months later, being in and out of the hospital over and over again, she died.
Oh my God. How long was this ago?
It'll be 17 years in December.
Okay.
So the shining light out of that I think is an important part of the story too. And it took me a while to know this, that I then had a responsibility, and I had to ask a question of myself. I have the right to go anywhere, anytime I want, any room, and I get to go to the corner and I can stand there and cry because I lost a kid. Or I can go forward and be the very best person possible in her honor and work to change the world. When a month before she died, we were talking, and she said, and you have to understand the context of this because it wasn't sent in any kind of mean way. She said, Mom, this is all your fault. And I said, what do you mean it's all my fault? She said, you taught me to always find something good in someone. And I said, you know what, Nikki, you're right. I did. I also told you to be aware that you may need to take care of yourself and protect yourself. And she said, in her usual Nikki style, she said, I don't think I listened to that part very well. So that's another part of my passion. Yeah, it's good to be kind. It's good to be caring. You also have to be caring and kind to yourself.
Okay. All right, Michelle, this is amazing. Let me take a commercial break and we will be right back. For everyone out there, don't go away. This is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316.
I'm Glenn Morshower. My face may look familiar to you from lots and lots of TV and film over the last 50 years. We're doing speaker training together, and we're excited about helping you. We've got a lot of fundamentals that we will cover, including the art of playfulness, knowing who you are, remembering tonality, posture, all of these things that are life-changing. They are significant not only in your professional, but in your personal life as well. We look forward to working with you in the near future. So there's work to be done. There's things to be experienced. There's connection to be had. There's feelings to be shared. There's people to be listened to. Things to be valued. The world needs a witness. It needs a witness.
There's a better way to solve the problem, but I realized that God had a greater cause for me, a humanitarian cause, and that's the part of my life that I'm in today versus where I was then after going through all of this.
And the truth is, we have it in us to do anything that we imagine. We just have to have the courage to step into our greatness.
From a different perspective or from a different context, a whole different set of options shows up. It's outside your comfort zone and all that, but when you see a vision, when you see something's possible, you want to go for it.
It's interesting, people talk about discipline and how much discipline it takes to live a life of intentionality, and certainly that's true. It does take discipline. And I really want you to compare the cost of discipline versus the cost of regret.
If you're involved, you'll learn a lot, first of all. Okay, being in this group, you do learn quite a bit. And not just from people like me, but other people out there that have something to offer.
The conversations that impact your life, that change your perspective, those are the things that build trust. And those connections and the frequency of that. The more conversations you have with somebody, the more value that they bring to you, the more trust that you'll have in them.
Maybe I have to go meet some people that know things that I don't know. Join a real estate investor association, start going to some of the meetings, make those connections. To learn a little bit, just to help my knowledge base to be more comfortable with it. Whatever it is, what do you need to do to prepare?
And I encourage you, if you don't have a will, you haven't done a will, For whatever you have, and you may have a bunch, you may have a little bit, but write out the will. Write down where you want things to go to.
So now when I'm selling them this house or this car or myself or a jacket or my business or my client, whatever it is you're selling, that's how they buy. That's their buying modality.
Because understanding your business and how you want to grow it and scale it is truly about building relationships. That is the key to what I would recommend in this realm.
If you absorb that in your mind, like in karate, put it in your mind, put it in your heart, you will reach all your success and dream. You will ignite it within your heart. Put it in your heart and do it in action.
I'm on fire about that. And it's interesting that when you're on fire, what on fireness comes from is crystal clarity. When you get crystal clear, you enter a space of zero doubt.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his son, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we are with Michelle Kunin. And Michelle was just sharing her story about losing her daughter. And so, Michelle, as a parent, it's really hard for me to even think about being in your position, because I do have two kids in my life, and for me to think losing a child is, I don't even know how to even respond to that. So you going through that process, and not only, that she even had a situation where she's in a violent situation. I mean, what do you say to people, especially to the parents that are going through this process?
When you say going through the process, do you mean having lost a child, or?
I mean, both. If their child is in a very negative situation, and some of them could have lost them because of that, what do you tell them and how to deal with it? Because I know it's difficult for everybody.
And I think that varies so much from situation to situation. I was lucky enough to have a relationship with my daughter where she told me almost everything. So when she started clamming up and not telling me things, I started being much more suspicious. I had the so-called dad talk with her husband, where I said, if you do something to her, it's going to be me that you're going to have to reckon with. And you need to show me that you love her and that you cherish her. And ironically, when he did go to prison for the carjacking, and he wrote me from prison, and it took me a long time to be able to write back and tell him, I forgive you. I also hold you responsible. And he, in his letter that he wrote to me, he said, I know how much you love Nikki. I know how important she was. And I want you to know that she was important to me. When I wrote back, I said, if she was important to you, like you say, then you need to go forward and become a good man. And you do that in her honor. So if somebody's facing it or a parent's gone through it, when you've lost your child, you become a member of this club that nobody wants to be a member of.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned a lot about grief in this situation. I learned that we don't, in our culture, we don't know what to do with grief. We don't, so a lot of people don't talk to you. They'll say, oh, I don't want to upset you. As a grieving person, I have to let you know what I need. I wanted people to talk to me about her. I wanted to hear the stories. I wanted to know Nikki from other people in the way that they knew her. There are other people who I've encountered who say, I can't. It hurts. I couldn't say the word died for about 6 months. It wouldn't come out of my throat. I remember the first time I laughed after she died, and I thought, oh my God, you're never supposed to laugh again because you've lost a kid. So there's that process that happens. And as you go forward, fighting, there's an urging to become very bitter, and it has to be fought, because that's not an honor that we do to those that we lose. Bitterness doesn't do anything for anybody. It just poisons you. And I think in my way, what I do is my way of keeping her alive. You know, I'll walk around the house and talk to her and, you know, what do you think about this? Or, wow, I miss you, or those kinds of things. And I feel her. And she hasn't gone away from me.
Mm-hmm. And I think that I don't think that will ever go away.
I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah. So if we understand that you have gone through all of this experience, and now after 7 years, you're helping people on the online classes to have a better and kind environment. Am I right? Is that the goal for the online course?
Yes.
Okay. And so the people that are in large organization, these are the kind of people that you want to reach out. Am I right?
That's exactly where I want to go in my next, my next trip, in my next venture. I want to reach organizations and help them change their climates.
Okay. Because I remember I was also in a corporate world where part of the years that I worked there became a negative environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed how it affects employees in terms of their production. And I see that you're going to be able to help organizations to change people's mindset in regards to being productive and in regards to how they look at their working relationship among other people. And so that's the value that you bring into the organization.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with all the years of you being in the mental therapy, is that what it is? And then having your own personal experience with your daughter. I mean, you have a very in-depth knowledge on how to help these people that are in so many different situations.
I agree with you. I think it's very powerful in watching people in organizations, or even just going to the grocery store. How often do people smile at each other? How often do they say, excuse me, thank you, or pardon me? Not a lot. We're caught up in little parts of our own world. And then when you think what happens in institutions and in organizations, there's little tiny pieces of abusive behavior, like somebody takes your lunch, somebody bumps into you, somebody knocks off your coffee, all those kinds of things that add up. And at some point there can be an explosion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's so important when people wake up and say, wow, I'm going to go to work and I enjoy what I do. I'm happy that number one, I've got a job. I'm happy that I am valued in that job. I'm happy that when I hear my boss's voice, I don't think, oh my God, what did I do wrong now?
Mm-hmm.
And those are the things I'm happy that I can say to somebody who's above me, you know, I'm having a hard time with Joe. Can you give me some tools for dealing with them? Or I've noticed that Sally is really, really angry. Or I think so-and-so may be having a problem at home because their behavior's changed. That we come out and we become a real community.
Okay, I see. So for the decision makers of the organizations, they have to look at it as we're not only they're bringing you into their organization in regards to making a better environment, but it will also increase their business in a sense of, you know, increased productivity, right? And people are they're more upbeat and they're giving more ideas to improve the business. These are the results of having a positive environment that you'll be able to help them with that, and the employers are motivated to come up with more, you know, important or valuable information for the company.
That, and also they don't sabotage whatever the product or the project is. And that's a common thing that happens.
Oh, okay. So there's more to that if they are feeling in a negative mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. The research is overwhelming in terms of proving what a kind, caring environment does in productivity, reduced absenteeism, reduced use of insurance costs, lower workers' comp costs.
Okay.
Just amazing kinds of things. And there's so many things that are simple. Kindness is really simple. It takes a lot of energy to be mean and cruel because you got to think it. You got to figure out what's going to get to that person. And then you got to plan on how to do it. Kindness it's just an action.
Yeah. Okay. Well, gosh, this is really exciting for us to know that, you know, having someone like you in the business world and be able to have access to your way of converting an environment to a positive environment. I think that's incredible. And but I wanted to understand the process also, Michelle, in regards to if there's an organization that's needing your services, what do they do? What does it take to go through the process, and how long would it take to do that? But we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And in our next segment, we're going to try and get that information from you. Okay, Michelle?
Sure.
All right. So everyone out there, don't go away. This is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we will be right back.
I'm Glenn Morshower. My face may look familiar to you from lots and lots of TV and film over the last 50 years. We're doing speaker training together, and we're excited about helping you. We've got a lot of fundamentals that we will cover, including the art of playfulness, knowing who you are, remembering tonality, posture, all of these things that are life-changing. They are significant not only in your professional world, but in your personal life as well. We look forward to working with you in the near future.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without sitting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316. 5316.
Welcome, everyone. This is Marie Antoinette Waite here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And we have Michelle Kunin, who is the owner of the online affordable classes, and is going to share us her process of helping an organization create a very harmonious environment. Michelle, go ahead.
Okay, so the first, right now, there's currently 6 states that require a workplace violence prevention plan for businesses with certain minimums of employees. And in California, they call it an employee-run business plan, which I believe is really the best way to do it, because you're getting the employees to buy in, to become the ones who run and teach and moderate the program. The first thing I think is important is to do an assessment of the workplace, that everybody gets input on what's going on in our workplace that works well, what's going on that doesn't work well, where are the areas of conflict, what kind of conflicts happen, who are the people who develop the relationships that are healthy, who is somebody that's felt to be a very good role model for a positive workplace. And then asking employees, what changes would you recommend to make our workplace better? And if you do that anonymously, you're going to get a whole bunch of information. Then in putting all of that together, there's a training that happens. And you have to teach people what workplace violence is, because when you say workplace violence, they think immediately, oh, there's a shooting, or there's some huge fight, or it's big, big, huge. No, you start with all the different kinds of workplace violence that can happen, workplace abuse, from the micro systems to the larger systems. What is the atmosphere of conversation that people have? What kinds of conversation? Are they nasty? Are they kind? Are they casual? Are they relationshipful? Then you developed the training. You develop a cadre of people in the organization who become the workplace violence prevention team. And each of those members has their training in what is workplace violence, how do you recognize it, how do you report it? Because there's a huge gap. You may see it, you may not know how to report it. And how do you know that you're taken seriously when you report it? And the other side of that is, how is this organization recognizing people for their positive behaviors? For example, in one office, there's a kindness tree, and it's on the wall, and people go by, and there's ways to be kind, and you can stick a sticker on that. John was really kind today because blah, blah, blah. That's a very good, it's a reminder. Kindness is really the best way to go. When we go into schools, we have kids do kind acts I saw, kind acts I did. And that becomes this little notebook that they carry around, and at parents' night, it gets shared with the parents. And I've never seen a parent not surprised by what they see their children observing and doing. So we prepare ideas for organizations. How are you going to recognize an employee for being kind? It doesn't have to be financial. It can be the kind employee of the month. It can be, isn't it nice to recognize this person? It can be the reminder every day. It goes out in an email. Kind act of the day. Then you've got your system set up. You've got your team built up. Then you can monitor when and where and how any events of workplace violence happen. Who was involved? What was the precursor? How was it resolved? And what are the plans for preventing that from happening in the future? A really good example is a lot of organizations, if an employee is going through something difficult, usually they don't want to know about it because it's not their business. And secondly, if they know about it, maybe they'll just get rid of the employee because it doesn't fit into the style. If you take domestic violence, for example, domestic violence spilling over into the workplace is often very lethal. And the reason that happens is usually a couple gets to a point where one of the members, usually the victim, is going to leave. They leave, they go somewhere, they don't tell their partner where they're living, where they're staying. The partner can't find them. Well, where do they know they're going to be? They're going to be at work. So they go to work, they demand to see their partner, and if the office doesn't know anything about what's going on, there can be very, very drastic outcomes of those kinds of visits.
I see. And you are guiding them all throughout their journey,
Absolutely.
right? All throughout
Absolutely.
the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want this to be a program that it's okay, it's another program I've got to take. So we'll take it. Everybody takes it. Now let's just put it in the closet. And we've stamped all the sheets. We've, checked all the boxes. We've got it. And nothing's going to happen. I want companies to say, I'm in. I want to create this environment where I prevent as much as possible any event. And I am committed to the people that work in this organization being happy, liking what they're doing, being able to voice their displeasure, and becoming more of who they can be.
Okay. So, I mean, if we're talking about large organizations that you're helping, are you doing this as a group, or is it an individual or a case-by-case basis?
When you say individual, or individual me doing the training, or I have other people?
So yeah, if you're doing the individual training or you have other people doing it, what is the picture of the training?
I train the trainers.
Okay, I see.
So and again, this becomes another one of those phenomenons where it spreads. So I train the trainers, and they're part of the organization. They know the organization much better than I do. And it's not just a template. This is what happens. They're going to use, well, in this, where we do this here, we do this way. So I do the trainers. I do, what's the best word for it? Maintenance training.
Okay, I
They
see.
come back and say, well, I've got this issue. I don't know exactly how to handle it. What do I do? Then we figure that out. So then the trainers are the ones that go in and become the culture changers.
I see. So you help them be more effective trainers or leaders,
right,
of the organization. Okay,
right.
That's amazing, because I was thinking, is this going to be a one-on-one with you, or that's going to be a lot of people?
Yeah, no, it's not a one-on-one with me. And I think the beauty of training the trainers is that you have, then I have more advocates for what I believe.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
they take on that belief, and then they get the advocates for what we believe, and it becomes a phenomenon of growth, and that's really what I want to see.
Okay, and is the training online or is it in person?
The training, I train the trainers. I can do it in person. That's enjoyable for me also. Also train the trainers online.
Okay, I see. Okay, this is incredible. I mean, how do you call this whole program? Is it online affordable classes? Is that what it is?
It's affordable online classes.
Okay.
And then on that, so let's say I've trained a program, I've got the trainers in, everything's going. We also then have a group of classes, self-paced classes, where somebody can say to someone at work, you know what, I know you're having some problems with anger, and this is not like you. I'm going to have you go take this class at affordable online classes because it's going to help you with your anger. I'm going to have you take the class on how to deal with difficult people. I'm going to have you take this class on awareness of domestic violence. So we offer these classes that people could go and take that will help them look at whatever issue they're dealing with.
Okay, so there's so many options.
Right.
People depending on their situation.
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad that I got to learn this from you, Michelle, because, for me, I wasn't sure about what it is. And I understand, when you initially introduced it to us, I didn't really have a good knowledge of it. Now I totally understand. And I think this is very valuable for a lot of large organizations to consider this, because not only you're going to help the organization with their employees, you're also bringing a lot of good impact on their revenue, on their bottom line, because of the impact on the employees. So, and I think that's an incredible information for the people that are listening today. Okay, well, I'm gonna go take a commercial break, Michelle, and in our next segment, I would like for people to know how they can get hold of you. Okay, so. All right, so everyone, this is an amazing guest we have. Make sure that you tune into our next segment, okay? This is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show, and we will be right back.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
I'm Glenn Morshower. My face may look familiar to you from lots and lots of TV and film over the last 50 years. We're doing speaker training together, and we're excited about helping you. We've got a lot of fundamentals that we will cover, including the art of playfulness, knowing who you are, remembering tonality, posture, all of these things that are life-changing. They are significant not only in your professional world, but in your personal life as well. We look forward to working with you in the near future. So there's work to be done. There's things to be experienced. There's connection to be had. There's feelings to be shared. There's people to be listened to. Things to be valued. The world needs a witness. It needs a witness.
There's a better way to solve the problem, but I realized that God had a greater cause for me, a humanitarian cause, and that's the part of my life that I'm in today versus where I was then after going through all of this.
And the truth is, we have it in us to do anything that we imagine. We just have to have the courage to step into our greatness.
From a different perspective or from a different context, a whole different set of options shows up. It's outside your comfort zone and all that, but when you see a vision, when you see something's possible, you want to go for it.
It's interesting, people talk about discipline and how much discipline it takes to live a life of intentionality, and certainly that's true. It does take discipline. I really want you to compare the cost of discipline versus the cost of regret.
If you're involved, you'll learn a lot, first of all. Okay, being in this group, you do learn quite a bit. And not just from people like me, but other people out there that have something to offer.
The conversations that impact your life, that change your perspective, those are the things that build trust. And those connections and the frequency of that. The more conversations you have with somebody, the more value that they bring to you, the more trust that you have in them.
Maybe I have to go meet some people that know things that I don't know. Join a real estate investor association, start going to some of the meetings, make those connections. To learn a little bit, just to help my knowledge base be more comfortable with it. Whatever it is, what do you need to do to prepare?
And I encourage you, if you don't have a will, you haven't done a will, for whatever you have, and you may have a bunch, you may have a little bit, but write out the will. Write down where you want things to go to.
So now when I'm selling them this house or this car or myself or a jacket or my business or my client, whatever it is you're selling, that's how they buy. That's their buying modality.
Because understanding your business and how you want to grow it and scale it is truly about building relationships. That is the key to what I would recommend in this realm.
If you absorb that in your mind, like in karate, put it in your mind, put it in your heart, you will reach all your success and dream. You will ignite it within your heart. Put it in your heart and Do it in action.
I'm on fire about that. And it's interesting that when you're on fire, what on fireness comes from is crystal clarity. When you get crystal clear, you enter a space of zero doubt.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and Michelle Kunin has given us such a valuable information for the large organization to hire her and help the community or help the organization improve the leadership and the environment of their company. Anyway, Michelle, how can someone get a hold of you if their company needs your services?
Our website is affordableonlineclasses.com. And we have an 800 phone number, 800-952-6867. You can also, when you go online to the website, you can email me from there and I will return the call and as quickly as possible. And that's pretty much how you do it.
Okay, can you repeat the 800 number again?
800-952-6867.
Okay, there you go. And if you didn't catch that, feel free to connect with me. And Michelle Kunin is also a member of our Fire Up Connect Empowered Women's Network here in San Diego. And if you need to get a hold of her, and you can call me at 619-453-4664, and I will be glad to connect you to Michelle. She is an amazing connection of ours, and we're very, very lucky to have her in our group. And if you wanted to meet her in person, come and join us. We meet at San Diego Mission Bay Resort, and we are there every third Wednesday of the month from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You just have to RSVP at fireupconnect.com/events. And we have our schedule in there, and you can join us at our lunch meeting. And Michelle, is there anything else that you would like to advise our listeners in regards to what you do?
Look for every opportunity that you can find to be kind. Give your smiles away. The revenue, the return on your investment of a smile is amazing. If you see something, don't hold back a compliment. Don't hold back a good wish. Don't hold back something that you want to say to somebody that says they're special, because you never know when it's going to be the last time you can do that.
Thank you so much, Michelle. That is amazing. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. And to all our listeners, remember, Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show is here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. And if you subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel via Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV, you'll be able to watch this show and all of our previous shows. We bring so many amazing people in the show. You'll learn a lot and you'll be able to connect with them too. Be sure to always watch our show. Invite your friends because, the only goal we have here is to make your lifestyle fabulous. So make sure that you tune in. And one more thing I want to share with you too. I am someone that plans a yearly event, and I do this Fire Up Live every year. And this year is going to be scheduled on September 25th to the 28th. If you are interested in joining us at this event, make sure that you go to fireuplive.com. And another event that I'm planning is in August 9th. And this is going to be for the San Diego real estate investors. We've got a lot of real estate experts for you that you can learn from. And that's going to be on August 9th. But make sure you tune into my website, mariewaite.com. You'll get all the information you need, including the meeting for the Fire Up Connect Empowered Women's Network. Make sure that you check us out, okay? Michelle, thank you so much. You have been wonderful, and I am so happy to learn from you today. And anything else you want to say?
No, thank you so much for having me.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And I am so thankful for all of you. Make sure that you tune in every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. And if you want to be in my show, just call me at 619-453-4664. And I'm willing to listen to what you do. And I'm so excited for you to make sure that you always think of things that you can make your lifestyle fabulous. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we will see you
Welcome
next
to
week.
the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with NBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.